Welcome to this short demonstration of Learner Data Reports. I'm logged into our demonstration site as an administrator, and I've created myself an admin bookmarks link to Learner Data Reports, so let's click on that and get underway. As you'll see, this is the Learner Data Reports interface, and I've accessed the reports under the reports link in site administration. How Learner Data Reports works is that first of all we need to create our filters, and we start off with defining the users that we want to include in the report. So we can filter users on these date-based criteria using fixed look-back periods if we wish, or if we need to be more specific we can use custom dates as well. You'll notice these fields down here, down to ID number, are standard Moodle user profile fields, and we can filter on whatever value we put in here using these operators. And at the bottom of this list are 3 additional fields which we created using the standard functionality in Moodle to create additional user profile fields. So in this example we could be filtering based on organizational structures too. We'll move on to further define our filter in a moment in these areas, but before we do, just want to draw to your attention that you can save filters, and so you don't have to go through the whole process each time you want to generate a report. And so here's a filter where I only want to include people that have HowToMoodle in their email address. Okay, so having defined our users, we move on to courses and groups. These items here are categories, and I can expand them as I wish or expand them all. And a big plus over standard Moodle here is that I can choose to include as many courses as I like in the report without having to go and visit them individually. You'll notice that this course has groups in it and clearly labels with the grouping they belong to, if any, and I can either choose all groups or be selective about which groups I include, or even include people who are not in a group. I'll include everybody. So I'm going to generate a report on these 3 courses. So having decided on the courses, I click on Activities and Resources to further narrow down the content in my report. These are the 3 courses that I selected. Let's have a look at them, and you'll see all these standard activity types in the listing here. So I'll choose SCORM, this quiz, maybe this assignment I'm interested in. You'll also see that I can select resources if I want to, and there's a page here as well. So resources will only appear if completion tracking has been enabled for them. Without that there isn't really much to report on, and it keeps this view nice and clear. And I think I'll have the report on the assignment and the quiz in this course again. And again, the advantage over standard Moodle is that I can define what I want in these pages without having to go into each individual activity or the grade book in each course. Okay. So having decided what activities and resources I want to report on, let's go on to the report content page. Now on this page you define what columns are going to appear in the report output. You'll notice that some of these are already ticked because I used a pre-defined filter which has already been set up with these in it. But I think what I'll do, I think I'll add username and perhaps current login to this list, and perhaps group name as well. I can download the report output into a CSV file, or I can view it on the screen and I can choose how many records I want on the page. So let's just view it. Here we go. The first name and last name always appear, and the default sorting order is by last name, as you can see, but I could click on any of these columns and toggle between them being ascending or descending order on that column. So current login and username I added a minute or two ago. These are the courses. You'll see the different courses listed and the completion status for these users in those courses with the grade from the gradebook if I want it. I added the groups in, so here they are, and these are the activities and resources with grades from the gradebook as appropriate. And their completion status too. I also added this non-standard profile field which has my regions in it. Okay, let's close it down, and I can view this as a CSV file too, so let me just open it up for you. There we go, expand that column a bit. As that. So same information, but in a CSV file you can send on or use for further analysis or importing into another system, whatever you want to do with it. Okay, so I can save the report. And I'll give it a name, and I choose whether I want it to be public or private. So private is just for me to see. Of course, in the usual Moodle way, admins can see everything. Or if I want to make the filters public, then they can be seen and used by users who have the appropriate permissions to view reports and have the same access to courses as I do. We've been quite strict to make sure that there isn't any leakage of data. Okay, so I'll make mine public, and I'll save it, and I'm back ready to go again. As you'll see, it's as my new filter. I can select that and away I go. So let me just select that quickly, and you'll see that I can either rename filters, I can reset to go back to standard, I can remove it if I wanted to, so I'll just reset things for now and then back to the default state. So this is me looking at things from the admin perspective. As I mentioned, you can view the learner data reports from courses if you're a teacher. So let me just pop into a course, and over here under reports under the administration block, there we go, my learner data. To get cracking to set my filters to view the reports I want. That's about it. The data reports creates reports very easily and enables you to include a whole host of information such as system level information from the user's profile, information on course completion status and grades, groups, activity, grades and completion status, and a few extra things too. I hope you found this demonstration useful and that we hear from you soon. All the best. Bye.